badges.
Barbecue 4 badges.
Barbecue 4 badges.
Yes, sir.
All right. So who starts? Whose brainchild was this last year?
Well, I don't really know.
We had breakfast one day last year, and we thought, hey, it would be fun. These barbecue competitions are all over the U.S. You see them on TV. And so we thought, one thing nobody around Oskaloosa was doing in the summertime was a barbecue. We've got some good barbecue here. We've got a few restaurants that do it pretty well. We've got some guys that with food trucks that do it pretty well. But everybody, it's kind of and I won't say it's a masculine thing, but it's kind of one of those you always want to think that your barbecue is better than the next guy's, and so this gives an opportunity for us to give people the chance to come out and do it. Because if you're cooking for your friends and family, very rarely is somebody going to tell you it doesn't taste good. I mean, it's free food either way, right?
You always have those backyard barbecue buddies.
Yeah.
That's always got the best brisket, the best ribs, the best whatever. So we just decided we'd put them to the test.
Yeah, and so in a matter of 7 weeks last year, we were able to throw everything together, had 11 teams, had a successful event for all intents and purposes. We didn't know what to expect with such a short turnaround.
Oh, absolutely.
We'd have breakfast together at least once a week and kind of plan it. And then this year we've had a lot more time to really put a thought and I won't say effort because we put a lot of effort into what happened last year, but this year a little more purpose in what we're doing. So.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so teams are signing up. So if you're out there and you're the brisket king and you didn't know that this was going on, you best hurry and get your name tossed in.
Yeah. So last year, like we said, we had 11 teams. 7 weeks time. We put them together. This year we've had a lot more time to kind of do everything together, and we put it out there. We have enough room for 30 teams.
Around 30 teams is what we're planning on.
Yeah, if we need to stretch it, we can do 36 teams. We weren't going to put that out there, but I think everybody needs to know that we can put them out there. What do we have? 22 teams?
We're right around 20 to 22 teams right now that have signed up or registered. The team registration, the payment is due by the end of May here coming up, and so those teams that have registered on our Facebook page, you can search barbecue, the number 4 badges, and there's a book now button there where they can go and it'll take them to a page where they can register. Then I'll shoot them an email with getting their registration turned in. But one of the things last year with the 11 teams, so the whole premise around it, we have teams that sign up that cook all day. And then for $10, the public can come in, get a wristband, and eat as much barbecue as you can. Well, last year we had such a great turnout of people looking for barbecue. We were out of food in about 45 minutes, and that's with 11 teams. Last year, a smaller brisket, a couple of pork butts, a whole chicken, and a couple slabs of ribs. Well, this year we've really upped the ante. You can go to our Facebook page to see the video we did with Jared over at Hy-Vee. The Hy-Vee meat counter guys are taking care of us with the meat, but this year it's 2 whole pork butts, a full packer brisket, 4 whole chickens, and 4 slabs of ribs is what each team is going to get. So with that registration, we cover all the meat. All you've got to do is show up on Friday night, set your place up, and we'll have the meat there ready for you.
$200 entry fee, pays for everything. Pays for your entry fee, which buys all your meat. So we meet Friday night, the 12th at 7 p.m. That night we give everybody their meat. That's the point where they have enough time to either trim it, soak it in whatever they want to. They want to marinate it. They can rub it down. They cannot touch heat to their meat. We're going to actually put everything out at about, 4 o'clock?
4 a.m. is when fires will start, and so everybody have a level playing field. And for guys that do brisket very regularly, 4 a.m. to 4 p.m., that's only 12 hours. And some guys that do some really good brisket, in competition brisket would say, boy, that's a short time period to get meat on. But what we found is the gentleman last year that showed up last, set up last.
4 hours late.
Had issues with his smoker all morning long because we did have a little rain shower on Saturday morning last year. He won the grand champion on that, and he was one of the tops in brisket. And so, there's a lot of schools, and that's another one of those reasons for just a fun get together, bring some buddies out. Your registration pays for you and a couple buddies, the t-shirts, and just a chance to, what we all enjoy doing, sitting in our backyard or sitting on our porch or patio, smelling the smoke of the barbecue grill and just spending a day, cooking and having a lot of fun.
So what day's the fun?
July 13th.
13th, yep.
So the 12th, we'll say the 12th and the 13th. So Friday night the 12th, we have a team meeting at 7 o'clock. We go through all the rules, just kind of get everybody acquainted. Last year we had gentlemen, or teams that came in and they set up as soon as we were done with our team meeting at 7 o'clock. they set up and they spent the night. I know one guy who won at least one of the categories. He set up and he spent all night prepping. He had other, because along with the meat, you have the freedom to cook a couple side dishes. There is a People's Choice that's basically everybody that comes in is going to be given a ticket to vote for the People's Choice. That could be side dishes, that could be snacks all day. I know one of the teams, they were making snacks all day. They had smoked bar mix, pretzels and peanuts. They had some smoked
Bacon wrapped
bacon wrapped pineapple that was smoked. I mean, they were just cooking all day long, and that was the kind of atmosphere that we really want. You know, it's not just a hey, show up at 4 o'clock when it's all done. We had people that were showing up after breakfast time on Saturday morning and just hanging around, seeing how other guys do it. You know, what's your cooker? What's your smoker? What are you smoking with? Are you smoking with cherry?
Everybody in every single pit was completely different, so it was nice to see, you know, a dynamic of everything. We don't want people to show up at 4 o'clock. We want people to show up at 10 o'clock in the morning. We have 5 bands?
We have five bands, live music
playing
all day
Yep.
this year. So we'll have Lucas Beebe starting out in the morning. Marshall County Hangman will be playing in the afternoon. Fast Henry is going to be our big band. So after the food and the awards, Fast Henry is going to be playing from around 7:30 to 10 o'clock on Saturday night as well. And so, yeah, we're going to have an entertainment all day. We want people to come down and spend the day. We're going to have food trucks around for lunch. You know, most of the teams won't have. They might have some snacks and stuff ready, but if barbecue is not your thing, we've got taco vendors, we've got hamburgers, we've got 3 or 4 different food trucks that are going to be there for lunchtime then on Saturday, and then hopefully they stick around for barbecue on Saturday.
Lots of kids' activities, because it is Christmas in July, so the chamber is taking care of all the kids' activities. We'll have the fire department up there. They're going to be running the sprinkler truck. What is it?
The splash pad.
The splash pad. Yep,
will
splash
be-
pad will be up there. So, I mean, there's something for everybody all day.
Yep. And really, we come and hang out with the teams, talk to the guy, and that's one of the things we had a lot of good comments last year. You know, when you're doing it in your backyard and shooting a couple buddies, but when you got somebody saying, "Hey, what wood do you use?" or "What did you marinate?" or "What did you inject with?" And that's part of the fun of barbecue is everybody's palate's a little different. One of the reasons we didn't go with something like a KCBS because there's very strict judging criteria as to what competition barbecue is. The fun of having a buddy over and saying, "Hey, here's how I made chicken. You know, you tell me." And for our judges, it's whatever the judges think tastes good that day. So somebody may be able to really put their best foot forward from a competition barbecue standpoint. It might be great brisket from a competition, but if it's not something that I would order a plate full of for $10 or $12 and eat on a Saturday night, you know, is it really good barbecue? And that's what's great about it, is it's subjective, more of a backyard type, and get to taste many different ways.
Well, let's dig into the name of this. So, barbecue for badges.
Yes, sir.
So, evidently, there must be a purpose as to why this is taking place.
There is. So we're an absolute nonprofit. We want to give back where we can. It's near and dear to me, of course. I wear a badge, and I think any time that there's any kind of opportunity in this county, in this time that we have right now, let's not worry about anything else. Let's just give back where we can, and we have a perfect opportunity right now to start, you know, giving when we can. What we do, $5,500 last year.
Last year, a little over $5,000 was what was raised, and Kory said, Kory's a reserve deputy with the sheriff's department. You know, and you look around our community, and there's a lot of very worthwhile organizations that could be given to. There's a great event up in Lynnville, Sully called Smoke on the Water, and they pick a different individual every year that they donate for. But with Kory's close ties to that, there's a gentleman down in Arkansas who does a Heroes Barbecue every year, and this kind of started the conversation when we sat down and said, you know, I'd love to have a barbecue for our first responders, our fire guys, our police, our sheriff's deputies, our EMTs, you know, guys that show up no matter what the weather, no matter what the concern, you know, no matter what's going on. If an emergency is called in, those are the guys that respond. And so we decided barbecue for badges. All the money that we raise is donated back to the first responders of Mahaska County. You know, and that's Mahaska County. There's firefighters out of Barn City, New Sharon. Last year, Fremont. You know, and last year the majority of our donation went to Jamie Robinson, and he's able to kind of say, here's what we need from a countywide level for when those disasters strike, and able to do that. And so we made a couple different donations between with the fire department and then Jamie Robinson with the emergency management. But you know, these are guys, we see them all the time, and I tell you, we're blessed here in Mahaska County. The first responders that we have, a lot of them, it's not just the job that they do during the day. A lot of them do a lot of other things, but yet they go out of their way whenever, you know, the fair's going on. We have special events. Kory and the reserve deputy crew shows up for, you know, trials over at the courthouse and things like that. So we couldn't have the wonderful community that we have here in Mahaska County without them. Yet we don't take a lot of time to really tell them how much we appreciate them. And for $10 you come out of the barbecue, you can, and really tell these guys that you appreciate the job that they do.
It goes a long way with just training time. I mean, everything. When it comes to materials needed for training. I mean, I don't know if you know, some of these packets we print out are, you know, 100, 200 pages. CPR training, Jamie Robinson's been doing a great job right now with CPR, stop the bleed. The CERT team has been awesome for us. They're going to come up, we're going to bring out 4 water coolers that come out. They're going to bring out a couple different vehicles. The sheriff department's going to bring out some vehicles. Fire department's bringing out the sprinkler truck, and hopefully they've got one team, if not 2. The sheriff department's putting together a team. The police department's going to hopefully put together a team. I've called them out on a couple different times. I told them, I was like, if you're going to get a check, you're going to put together a team. So, Chief, you're going to see this. So hopefully, this is right now. I'm going to call you out one more time.
And it's
all for fun.
It's all for fun, but it's one of those great competitive spirits between all the departments. You know, they have a great working relationship between all of them too. But there's that competitive spirit, and you want to be the one holding the trophy. You know, at the end of the day. So if one of those guys or one of those teams can come in and win, that's a big positive for you. Know, just a little bit of, hey, look at what this department did over what yours did. So that's what we were kind of hoping for in the first year. We've had a fun time with it.
So
no, July 12th and 13th, barbecue for badges. It's going on in conjunction with the Christmas in July in Main Street, and so like Kory said, we're going to have events going on all day long on Saturday.
I guess
actually, where's it actually going to be located at?
Okay, so we're actually closing the street from, is it south?
Basically from Midwest 1 Banks drive-through all the way to the corner of South Market and First.
Yep.
So from basically Greg Life's law office all the way down to the Midwest 1 drive-through will be closed. The drive-through will be open for business on Saturday morning. We were able to squeeze enough into that, but
we'll have the band set up next to True Value.
Yeah,
we'll have Bluetooth speakers coming down each lane. So we want to blast the music so loud where you can't enjoy your time. We want people there all day. The biggest thing is music, you know, it can get kind of loud. So
the kids' activities and everything will be going on the square during
they start
the day.
At 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock in the morning, and then the splash pad and everything will be in the afternoon down in front of the courthouse. So South First will be closed there as well.
Eaton, I got a chance to taste some of it last year. So
right.
Well, so
the biggest thing is $10 wristband.
Yeah,
I mean that's all you can eat for $10.
And that's really honestly where you guys really raise your money.
That is
the entry fees for the teams, that helps cover the meat and really what we have, the cost that we have to shut down the street, and you know, last year ice and things like that. So yeah, the money we get from the teams, that's basically to cover the large meat bundle that we're
without
doing.
Our sponsors of Hy-Vee, we wouldn't be able to put together a meat bundle for $200. It's unreal.
Kory sent me a picture here a week ago. A full pack of brisket's $84 right now.
Yep.
So you think of that $200, almost half of that is in a full almost 20-pound brisket. But for the size of competition that we have, we want to give the guys, and that's one thing. You know, go to the Barbecue for Badges Facebook page if you're interested in putting a team together. We still have about 10 openings there. The other thing we didn't even talk about is the judging part of it. Now with 30 teams, you think of 4 meats per team, 30 teams. Last year we had Sheriff Van Rangram, Chief Bakey from the police department, Jamie Robinson from EMA, and Chief Neff from the fire department were our judges. And all four judges. They judged all 4 meats, and they were getting the meat sweats by the time it was all over with.
They said they were. So this year we'll have 16 judges. We'll have 4 per meat, and then we'll have 4 that count the rest. So the 4 from last year will be our top 4 judges. They're our celebrity judges.
So each of the categories, your top 3 in each category will go to our first responder judges, and they will have the final say on the selection for first, second, third place in each category. So you'll have a first place in each category, you'll have a grand champion, and then you'll have a People's Choice overall. There'll be some cash prizes in there, plus some pretty neat trophies that we've been working on too. And you know, it's just such a great time, summertime in Iowa, to be on the square, to be downtown. There's been some people say, hey, you know, if you move this to the park or move to the fairgrounds, it doesn't have the same feel of being out in the middle of the street all day long on Saturday and seeing people walk by. So,
especially when Chief came up last year and said, "This is the first time I've ever been happy to see this much smoke."
yeah,
on the square.
Well, I think the last time there was that much
my
smoke on the
building
square.
my building was on fire the last time that there was that much smoke. So this time it's a happy time.
I tell you what, though, you walk down the street about 1 o'clock on Saturday, and just the whiff of the different smoke that people, it's such an amazing time, such a fun time. We've got teams from William Penn signed up right now. We've got great sponsors, Brick House, Legacy Real Estate, I know has sponsored a team. State Farm, we've got a team. The firefighters have their team again this year. I believe the deputies have a team. It's just
Clow
has a couple of teams, a couple of guys over the Foundry that said, hey, we can smoke some barbecue too. And so great businesses within our community that have helped us out and done this, and we're looking forward to a successful second year.
Got enough, we'll get people going.
I'll give one more shout out. So Oski News and KIC Thunder Country have helped with the promotion on it, and Atumwa Radio as well is helping out with some of the entertainment there during the day as well. So we appreciate the media, and we appreciate you guys helping us to promote it. So
I agree. Help. Thank you.